as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
It's an honour to welcome Faye Wallace back to the programme and Johnny Gates, photographer extraordinaire, who has joined forces together with Faye and my guide Marbella to make sure we all know what to do and where to go in Marbella. Before we let Johnny start, because we might not be able to stop him, Faye, it's lovely to have you back on Marbella now. It's been a couple of years.
It has indeed. Last time was actually with this man though, wasn't it? It's a familiar theme.
Exactly. We like to keep it all in the family. What goes around comes around. Fortunately, we don't have to look over our backs. It's all nice things that are coming around. Faye, congratulations on the new project, because you've taken my destination, you've now made my guide, and it's really something very personalised to you. And with Johnny, it's a lovely new project.
Yeah, absolutely. We had an element of relaunch or rebranding, which celebrated actually 10 years in the business. It is a global enterprise, a global network. Marbella is just one of the locations. And we were all as a sort of global team looking at ways to do something to celebrate 10 years. And actually somewhere in the mix came up, what about actually a rebrand? Let's give this a whole new rebirth, some new life to it. And with that came the addition of my very dear friend as well. So lots of things all coming together at the same time. And we're really very, very, oh God, fun.
But things really do happen at the right moment, at the right time, with the right people. Johnny, it was a great moment to see you combining your photography with your know-how of the local community, which really, honestly, no one knows the community like Johnny, and vice versa. The community also knows him.
Allegedly.
Forewarned is prepared. Johnny, this is a great new endeavour. You've been supporting Faye since I met you. That's how I met you. Brought Faye on to...
Well, we started together in the magazine world, of course.
Indeed. We were another force to be reckoned with in the print world.
Yeah.
So that's where Johnny.
What magazine was that?
High Society.
High Society magazine. Way back in the day. But of course, magazines are dead now, boys and girls. Everything is on. The only bit of paper you need is this piece of paper here.
And I suppose that's your price list of media packs.
It is actually a media pack. It's actually a quick media pack, dear.
Well, it's nice making it simple. Faye, what kind of opportunities are there to be seen in My Guide, and where does that put you?
Well, My Guide Marbella is a website that is seen and found very easily online. That's as a result, really, of our highly positioned rankings in Google. So what that allows people to do as a business here is to present themselves and showcase that business in all its glory to those users. So we're talking about 400,000, more or less, a month. Lovely users that enjoy it from all over the world. So there is a local community that use our site, and actually that's part of sort of the plan over the coming months, is to engage a little bit more of our local community, because we know the international community are there using the site, but we want to make sure that locals are on it too. And I say we build what we call a dedicated company profile for somebody, and that profile page is a bit like a microsite for them. So it allows a user to look at a video about them, to look at photography, to make direct inquiries and bookings and what have you, and really sort of get to grips with what that business is. So it's a great way of somebody new to Marbella being able to see, a huge selection of what our local town has to offer.
even if you're a company without a website, by coming on board with My Guide Marbella, you can have a profile online without actually having to spend a fortune on a website, because your profile will be there, video, all the images, which I take, of course, all the text. The restaurants you'll have an inquire, like a booking button, so people can book, which they do. They book even if they're abroad.
Makes it a lot easier than having to go through all the
a lot of
picking up a phone.
A lot of people actually book. They'll be sitting in a rainy office in Sheffield, let's say, knowing they're coming to Marbella. They'll go onto My Guide and they go, oh, that looks nice. So we'll book that one. We'll book that one. So basically, they have everything already sorted out and booked before they even get on the squeezy jet.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, it suits very small businesses, one-man bands even, that perhaps haven't got sort of technology advancement, know-how, or actual desire to get themselves out there. But also then the much bigger businesses here, more corporate organisations. So we work with Corte Inglés, for example, use our marketing platform, but at the same time, some of the very small family-run businesses and chiringuitos do as well.
So it's affordable for all the budget. You've got budget for everyone.
Yeah, it's a cost-effective solution. It's when I very first started the guide, I'd come from print, which at the time, was really quite expensive. We'd hit a recession here, so one of the reasons I jumped into the online was I thought this is a cost-effective solution for people, and I've really wanted it to be accessible to as many businesses here, as I say, and the individuals. So pricing's never been something that I've sort of continued to push as years go on, even though our traffic's gone up and up and up every year. So we're trying to keep always pricing very, very reasonable, very accessible.
And the traffic we have is quite phenomenal, actually.
Yes, I mean, the figures that you're giving, Faye, are very impressive, and this desire now to promote even further the local community is very much in this trend of us #BetterTogether, all supporting each other, and having Johnny, who, as my dad always says, not what you know, who knows you. Everyone knows Johnny, and it's important to have this history with Marbella. You've been a chef. I mean, you've had restaurants. You've been.
I'm still a chef, lovely. I still cook at home.
And a wine connoisseur, because he's always got a glass of wine in his hands at the right moment. Of course.
It's one of Spain's leading products is wine, and I feel it's my right and duty to try it. My
exactly. You're doing us all doing us a favour. So, Faye, coming up now for the next few months, what are the plans for My Guide, and how can people get involved with you and make the most of My Guide?
Well, if they're a business here, then there's opportunities to actually promote that business. That's one way to get involved with us. But we've also launched something new on the site, which is called the My Guide Lists. Now, the lists are your way to actually personalise the site. Now, you want to be able to as you're browsing, make a list of your favourite places to go, or perhaps you're somebody who's got friends that come over regularly and always saying, "Hi, what are your favourite restaurants, or what are your favourite things to do with the kids, or can you recommend such and such?" You can now make that little list, and you can share it with friends and family. You can send it by WhatsApp, you can send it by Facebook. You can have your own little viral nature to it, but really personalised. So I think what we've realised over the time is that it's a huge resource. It's a big amount of information on there, but a lot of people don't need all of it. So we've introduced this part of our platform. It's a new element of the technology to really personalise it. So we want sort of locals to get involved with that just as much as tourists, because I certainly have my brain picked on a regular basis.
All the time.
So we've got things like, we've made lists now, we've got best burgers in Marbella. Johnny, of course, has best wine to be found in Marbella.
Well, best restaurant wine list and things. So you can do that. Or anybody out there, you can all go home now, zap onto My Guide Marbella, and make your own lists. Philip's best burger choices Marbella, best steaks in Marbella.
Well, I have to say that I give my opinion when I like it, and I tend to keep quiet when I don't, but the temptation to speak out sometimes overwhelms me. We're going to have to leave it there, but we are going to finish off this little chat. We will have Faye and Johnny back hopefully again, so we can find out more about the people behind this fabulous guide, My Guide Marbella. Terry Shaughnessy performed live in the theatre in Estepona just a little while ago. Johnny and I were very lucky to be there, and Johnny actually filmed the new song Volcano, which was released at the end of September. We're going to take a little look and a little listen. Guys, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Johnny.
Thank you. No,
Boyo.
Our pleasure. There's lovely.
Thanks, Faye.
It's a pleasure.
Tell me how long this go on? Feels like I've been waiting here always. Worlds colliding in my head. Will the river take these mountains to the sea? As the pressure builds, you wanna let it out. Pressure build, you wanna shout it out. Everything you feel, now it's breaking down. It's breaking down. There's new ground just the start, as dust fell from a distant star, and I will be with you always. As the pressure builds, you wanna let it out. Feel the pressure build, you wanna shout it out. Everything you feel, now it's breaking down. It's breaking down. There's new ground. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peak Horst. You wanna let it out. You wanna shout it out. You wanna let it out. Pressure, let it out. It's rising, shout it out. As the pressure builds, you wanna let it out. As the pressure builds, you wanna let it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Hey, hey.
Yeah, I'm here in Marbella, but it says here I'm in La Canada.
If you haven't mastered the lingo, don't worry. Linear Director has a free GPS geolocator service that will come and find you. The Lineker Group is in, the Boardwalk is in, and I would hope that your bar, club, restaurant is also in. In what? Well, with our project for the designated driver. In Holland, they call it the Bob, the person who is going to drive the rest of the people out for lunch with drinks or dinner with drinks. Someone who's going to be responsible of not drinking to make sure everyone else is safe. Well, so this person isn't the weirdo, we've decided to change them into the hero. And leading up to Christmas and the New Year, we will be supplying participating bars, clubs and restaurants with one of these, a disposable breathalyzer, which is being sponsored by the Linear Director Foundation. This is a road traffic safety foundation to create awareness to everybody about the dangers we face when we drive in a car for ourselves and the harm we can cause to others. Again, if we drink and drive, we can hurt ourselves and we can hurt others. And bars, restaurants and clubs make a lot of money off alcohol. Obviously, they want to promote the sale of alcohol. We live in an area that is rich in wines and everyone wants to taste those wines. But do we want to be responsible for promoting the sale of alcohol and not at the same time promoting that we should do so responsibly? Our designated driver project, the Zero Hero, is something that your business can take part in. We will give you these free disposable breathalyzers to give out with your the clients. If they're not drinking, they give you the car keys, you give them some form of identification for those keys, and at the end of the evening, if they haven't drunken alcohol, which you will know by breathing into one of these, they wouldn't pay for their soft drinks. The Linear Director Foundation is also looking at other incentives within the car insurance policy to support this, because obviously if we don't drink and drive, it doesn't mean to say we don't have a good time. It can actually mean that we get rewarded, and that is very cool.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day.
Hello Laude San Pedro. Continuing on from our social media, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. One more time, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. This week's sign is Instagram. One more time, Instagram.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day.
Well, I'm going to grab myself something to eat. Thank you for joining us. I hope you take care of yourselves, you're nice to each other, and you'll join us again tomorrow. Bye for now.